Onegaishimasu. Hi, good evening. Today is Wednesday, December 16th. We just did see that the governor is allowing gyms to open up back up with limited attendance. But for right now, we're going to continue on to the Zoom sessions, probably until the governor's next announcements, I believe sometime in early January. So we're going to keep doing the Zoom sessions for a while. Tonight's class, we're going to continue on with the iriminage theme that we started last night. We'll be doing, hopefully get through all the iriminages, and well, I won't say all of them, but a number of the more conventional iriminages, and then maybe start into a little bit of the kotegaeshis. So let's go ahead, stand up, stretch out, and get to moving. Okay, ear to shoulder, each, knee, sun, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, chin to shoulder, each, knee, sun, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Shoulders and back, each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Up and forward, each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Right hand goes forward, left hand goes backwards. So your right hand's going forward, your left hand's going backwards. Okay, just doing this to work a little bit on your coordination. And if you want to move around while you do it and try to keep that right hand going forward, left hand going back, that'd be awesome. Okay, now let's stop and go ahead and reverse it. Left hand goes forward, right hand goes backwards. Okay, so your left hand's going forward, your right hand's going backwards. Again, we're just trying to work on coordinating the body. And if you feel so inclined to move around to try to keep that coordination going, fabulous. If not, don't worry. And stop and across, each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Right hand up, stretch over to your left side. Up. Left hand up, stretch over to your right side. Up. Right hand up, stretch over to your left. Up. Left hand up, stretching over to your right. Okay. So from here, rotating to the left side, up, around, back to the left, and reverse each. Knee, reverse. Sun. Shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, hands in the middle, reach behind your feet, and up. Big stretch up, back behind you. Forward, hands in the middle, behind your feet, up, stretch up, behind, forward, hands in the middle, behind the feet, and up, stretch. Okay, so keep those feet out a little wider shoulder width, both hands over to your right side. Okay, now switch it over, both hands to your left side. Right. To the left. Now, both hands to the middle. If you can get your hands easily on the floor, go ahead, grab your shoulders, try and put your elbows down into the ground. Okay, coming up. All right. 1 second, let me check, make sure I didn't miss anyone coming in. Okay, it looks like everybody's in. Okay. So stretching over to your right side. Hello. All right. Switch it over to the other side. Okay, switch over to your right. Up on your left heel. Switch it over to your left side. Up on your right heel. Okay, and coming up. Bend those knees. Rotate counterclockwise. Each knee, sun, shi, go, ro, chi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, now clockwise. Each knee, sun, shi, go, ro, chi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, bending at the waist, touching the ground, or as close to it as you can. Okay, bend those knees, bring those shoulders up, head up, feet are flat, spine is nice and straight and strong. Okay, straighten out the knees, bend the waist. Okay, bend those knees again. Bring those shoulders back, keep that head up, nice solid spine, feet are flat.
In the 1920s,
straighten out the legs again, bend at the waist.
About 100 years later, those teens and players.
And last time, bending those knees and holding it there for a little bit. Just breathe. Holding, breathing, keeping your balance. And come up. All right. Looking over to your left side. Getting a good deep stance. Front or left knee is bent. Stretching into that stance. Nice and long. Okay, switch it over. Now looking to your right, same thing. Right knee bends. Keeping those shoulders and those hips in alignment. Okay, up. Turn back to your left side. And go ahead and get as low as you can. Think of pushing with your left foot. And sinking at the same time. Okay. Switch it over now to your right side. Same thing. Getting nice and low. As you get low, think of pushing with that front foot, backing in. So you're kind of like making like a little tower where you're pushing your own body up and you sink down. And coming up. Okay, just like last night, tori, wrist stretches. Again, if you want to, you're going to keep the feet about shoulder width apart. You want a little bit of a thigh burn. Bend those knees a little bit. You really want to get those legs working. Nice and deep. As you get it deep though, try to keep your back straight. Don't cheat and lean over. Try to keep it nice and straight. You stack your shoulders over your hips. Okay.
As John is showing me his chiropractor of your back. He says a lot of people complain they have an upset stomach or something. He shows exactly where you create an upset stomach.
Go.
So it's amazing how all this connects together, you know, for your
ikkyo, left knee up, bring it back in, each knee, sun, shi, go.
well, I figured out how to be sore and feel visible. I just
Ju, and oh great.
I didn't tell him that, but I was thinking that.
Go.
Vicky, can you mute?
Action. Ku. Ju, Sankyo, stretch it out. Each knee, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, other hand, ich, ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, put the gaishi, twist that hand or wrist up,
Yeah, that's a lot of strong.
ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, other hand, ich, ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, shi. We're now going to start to make our light fist with your left hand, right palm on the pinky, and push up. Ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, with the hand, ich, ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Take those left fingers out, down. Now right fingers out and down. Shake them out a little bit and coming on up. Okay. All right. So give me just a second here so we can turn this camera around and hopefully help use part of the mirror for tonight's activities. Okay. So starting with, again, menuchi ikkyo, swinging up exercise. It's a basic exercise, but it's fundamental. You swing up and back down. Hands stay from the hips, hands come above the head, and back down. Feet are nicely planted and rooted. Okay? I'm going to do this on the 90s. So I've got it up before. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Turning over now, right, or mikihami, so right foot in front. Same thing. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Now with our pivot or kaiten. So do it the way the camera's facing as I'm here, up, down, pivot around my own spine, up, down, pivot around my own spine. On a 90-degree, it's up, down, pivot around that spine, up, down, pivot. And try to make sure, even if you have to go a little bit slower, that you do a full pivot. So here, up, down, make sure you pivot fully and completely to it behind you, up and down. Okay? So we're all hopefully facing the same way. I'm facing the way the camera's facing, and ich, ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. All right. Turning, tenkan. Have my left foot here. Pivot, draw the foot back. So I'm here facing the camera. I pivot, keep the hands in front of me. Draw that foot back. All right? So go ahead and start facing the way the camera's facing. I'm here, pivot, draw back. Ich, pivot, draw back. Ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Changing it over, now right or mikihami, same thing. Pivot, draw the left foot back. Ich, pivot, draw the foot back. Ni, san, chi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay. Stepping and turning, irimi tenkan. Here, left and hidari hami. I step forward, pivot, draw that foot back. Okay? Again, I want to try to stay pivoting over my own spine, over my own hips as best I can. Okay? So, start here, left and hidari hami. Facing the way the camera's facing. I step with my right, pivot, draw my left foot back, each. Step with my left, pivot, draw my right back, knee, and side. Shi, go, ro, chi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, now with ikkyo arms, protecting the face. So, as I step forward, my hands come up, pivot, hands come back down. Hands come up, pivot, come back down. Okay? So if you think about it like you have a sword or whatever you want to imagine, you have it in front of you, you raise, you bring it right back down. Okay? So here I am, left in the hami. I step with my right, hands raise up, pivot, left foot draws back, hands come down, each. Left foot steps, hands raised, pivot, right foot comes back down, hands come down, knee, san, shi, go, ro, chi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, front foot tenchin. Here, something's coming at me, being attacked from my front side, okay, my left side. Again, I want to acknowledge that something's coming from there. My hands come up, hips face it, foot draws back and down, okay? So basically the camera's facing is I'm here, something's coming at my head. I acknowledge it's coming, I turn my hips to it, my foot moves back, so now I'm right or iriminage-front, facing at an angle. Here, up, and back down. So I'll do this facing the camera, and each. Reset, knee. Reset, sun. Reset, sheet. Reset, go. Rope. Sheet. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Okay. Now right iriminage-front, same thing, something's now coming to my right side. And each. Knee. Sun. Sheet. Go. Rope. Sheet. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Okay, now. Rear foot tension. If I'm facing the way the camera's facing, now something instead of coming to my left side is coming to my right side. Coming from here. I would acknowledge something's coming from that side. Now I just slide my back foot followed by my front foot. Okay? Again, I'm coming at an angle. As I'm here, something's coming, and I move out of the way. My how many of my feet stay in the same orientation? I'm just off at an angle. So facing the camera, here, and each. Knee. Sun. Sheet. Go. Rope. Chichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Okay. Right from Mikihami. Same thing. Now something's coming to the left side. So here and each. So, ni. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Shichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. All right, so now that we've gone over the basic footwork or kai sabaki, let's go ahead and cover something we haven't covered. Well, we covered it last week, but let's go ahead and rehash it. Happo undo, 8 direction exercise. So we're going to move in 8 directions. And we're going to do it just by doing that menuchi, ikkyo, undo, kaiten or pivoting, and stepping. So we've done all these movements, so let's see if we can put them together and hit the 8 directions of a compass, where we start and end ideally in the same spot. So, as I'm here, left or right, how many facing the way the camera is? 1, I slide forward, raise up. I kaiten or pivot. 2, slide up and down. 3, I take my left foot and I'm stepping to my left, raise up and down. 4, I kaiten, swing up and down. 5, I take my left foot, now I'm going to step at a 45-degree angle. So I step 45, raise up and down. 6, I kaiten or pivot, slide up and down. 7, and take my left foot again, stepping 45 degrees, raise up and down. And finally, 8, I kaiten or pivot, swing up and down. And now, when we finish, if I just pivot back to the front, I should hopefully end up with my left foot in front, facing the way I started. Okay? And again, from here, 1, slide forward. 2, we kaiten or pivot, slide forward. 3, we take our left foot, we step to our left, swing up and down. 4, we turn or pivot, we pivot or kaiten, slide up and down. 5, we take that left foot, step 45 degrees, up and down. 6, we pivot or kaiten, up and down. 7, we take our left foot, we step 45 degrees, swing up and down. 8, we kaiten or pivot, swing up and down, and then we're right back, hopefully, back into the front where we began. Okay, so I'm going to do it 2 times, facing back into the camera. So I should be opposite of you, depending on our orientation here. So I've got my left foot forward, facing into the camera. So 1, I slide towards the camera, up and down. 2, I pivot, slide away from the camera. 3, I take my left foot, step to my left, up and down. 4, pivot, up and down. 5, I take that left foot, 45 degrees of stepping, up and down. 6, pivot, slide, up and down. 7, I take that left foot, I step off 45 degrees, swing up and down. Finally, 8, I kaiten pivot, swing up and down, and then I come back and face to the front. Hey, did a good job. Left foot's in front, facing the camera. One more time, we're here. 1, swing up and down. 2, pivot, swing up and down. 3, take that left foot, step to your left, up and down. 4, pivot, slide up and down. 5, step that left foot, 45 degrees, up, down. 6, pivot, slide up and down. 7, take that left foot, step to the left, up and down. And finally 8, kaiten or pivot, swing up and down. And then back to the front. If you did it right, hopefully you should have had your left foot back in front, pointing the way you started. So if not, just go back through and remember left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Okay? So on to tonight's lesson or tonight's technique. We're starting with iriminage. So let me grab my COVID approved partner. Yesterday we talked of my partner does a shomen. I step or enter in near my partner. Then I can do a kaiten. I can do a tenkan. I can do a tenkan with a kaiten to get around my partner. We also then started talking about if my partner does that shomen, I can do a rear foot tenchin. As I do that rear foot tenchin, I'm going to have to move my partner also 45 degrees. As I do that, my hand, hopefully, my partner stays still for a second, holds them, I step, and then I can do the exact same movements, okay? Now, one of the things I want to talk about is shikaku. So, as I come in next to my partner, I want to be in a point where it's difficult for my partner to come back and retaliate, okay? So I want to be at a point where I can easily do less than pleasant things to my partner, punching him in the ribs, side of the head, so forth. If you're here with your partner who you're trying to throw, and you're like, I'm having difficulty, oh, pardon me, get here to this position. If you're trying to throw your partner from here with a iriminage, it's going to be kind of difficult. You're not close enough to your partner. They can also still easily hit you and retaliate. So you want to make sure that you're behind them. You're in some good position in order to have some offense of your own. So, okay, that was my public service announcement. Tonight's I'm going to start. You do shomen, rear foot tenchin, coming up around, irimi, kaiten, raise up, kaiten back, stepping through, and throwing. So my partner does shomen. I do a rear foot tenchin. Ideally, my partner would move on a 45-degree angle. As I come through, then I step next to them. Irimi, kaiten, kaiten back, stepping through and throwing. Okay, so thank you, COVID approved partner. Please take a seat for a second. Take a pause for the cause. So basic footwork, if I'm here, that shomen comes in, maybe I'm late, I don't see it. I do that rear foot tenchin, to get off the line. If I get off the line, I'm on my partner's inside. I want to then get to their outside. So I step or irimi, kaiten. I bring their head to my shoulder, raise up, kaiten back, stepping through and throwing. All right? So let's do that. Again, we're going to do it 8 times, just like we did last night. That way we hit all 4 corners. So I start here, right or midi hami. They're going to be striking shomen with their right hand. My left foot moves back, rear foot tenchin. I should hopefully, if all goes well, I've got a hold of the hand. So from here, I take my right hand, bring it over theirs. I step, irimi, kaiten, left hand onto my right shoulder. I raise that hand up, kaiten back, and then stepping through the throat. Left or got it, how many? Partners be striking with their left hand. Shomen, as they strike shomen, rear foot tenchin. Have your hand here. My left hand, I'm on the inside of the body, I need to get to the outside. So I step to the outside, irimi, kaiten. Right hand onto the left shoulder, raise it up, kaiten back, stepping through the throat. Okay, facing back into the camera. Here, Shomen comes in, I've got my right foot forward. Rear foot tension, bam. I'm on the inside, so I need to get to the outside. So I step, irimi, kaiten, right hand onto my right shoulder. I breathe up, kaiten back, stepping through the throat. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in. As it comes in, rear foot tension on the inside of their guard. I will step to the outside, irimi, kaiten, left hand on the left shoulder, raise up, kaiten back, stepping through the throat. Okay, now on the 90s. Here, right iriminage-front. Shomen comes in, rear foot tension. Okay, take my right hand, I want to get to the outside of the body, so I step. Irimi, kaiten. Left hand onto the right shoulder, raise up, kaiten back, stepping through the throat. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in, rear foot tension. Take my left hand to the outside, step to the outside, irimi, kaiten. Right hand onto the left shoulder, raise that left hand up, kaiten back, stepping through the throat. Okay, last two. Right hand, right iriminage-front. Shomen comes in, rear foot tension. Now from here, I get to the outside, so my left foot steps, irimi, kaiten, left hand onto the right shoulder. Right hand raises up, kaiten back, stepping through the throat. Okay, last one. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in, rear foot tension. Keeping it in front of me. I step with my right foot, irimi, kaiten, right hand onto the left shoulder. Raise that left hand up, kaiten back, stepping through the throat. So the ukemi, let me do it first from the camera's perspective. So as I step and shomen, if my partner does that good front foot tension, is able to get my hand, I'm going to come at an angle this way, okay? Then from here, you would kaiten, raise up. As they step through, just like last night, to practice the ukemi or the feel, you would step back with them as they step forward or step through, down to the knee, and up. Okay? So, if I'm facing into the camera, as I'm here, as I do that shomen, as my partner does that front foot tension, it's actually turning at an angle this way. Okay, they do that kaiten, bringing my head forward onto their shoulder. They're raising up, they kaiten back. As they step through, that foot, as they step through, my foot steps back. I come down and back up. Okay, so we'll do this 6 times. 2 facing the way the camera's facing, 2 facing back of the camera, and then 2 on the 90s. So if my partner's here, right iriminage-front, I'm left or hidari, striking shomen with my right hand. So here I step, strike shomen. They do that rear foot tension, moves me at that 45-degree angle. They kaiten, bringing my head into their shoulder. They raise it up. They kaiten back, stepping through. My foot steps back, down, and up. Okay, so now my partner's here, left or hidari hami. I'm right iriminage, striking shomen with my left hand. So I strike shomen, they do rear foot tension, brings me up to 45. They do kaiten, bringing my head into the shoulder, they raise it up, they kaiten back. As they do that, they step through, left foot comes back, down to the knee, and up. All right. Partners here, right iriminage-front. I'm left or hidari, striking with my right hand. So I strike shomen, front foot tension, rear foot tension brings me out 45 degrees. They do kaiten, they raise up. As they raise up, they kaiten back. As they step through, right foot comes back with them. Down and up. Partners here, left or hidari hami. Right migi, striking with my shomen with my left hand. So I strike shomen. They do rear foot tension, brings me off at an angle. Now from here, they kaiten, bringing my head forward. They raise up, they kaiten back. As they step through, my left foot steps back with them. As they step forward, knee comes down and up. Okay. Partners here, right or migi hami. I'm left or hidari, striking with my right hand. I strike shomen, they do rear foot tension, I'm at this angle. They do kaiten, brings my head forward. They raise up, they kaiten back. Now from here, they step through, my right foot steps back, coming down to the knee, and up. Okay, last one. Partners here, right or migi hami. I'm left or hidari. Okay? Oh, pardon me. So, yeah, partners here, left or hidari hami. I'm right or migi hami, striking with my left hand. So from here, I step forward with my left hand, right foot, strike shomen, rear foot tension, brings me off at an angle. They do kaiten, brings my head towards their shoulder. They raise up, they kaiten back. As they step through, that left foot comes back, down, and up. All right. So you can see where this is going to go. So now we're going to do the same thing, but with the tenkan. So as they strike shomen, I'm here at this angle. I come, I step, irimi, and then I pivot, tenkan. As I'm here, again, shoulder, hand is on the shoulder, and then again, I just step through to throw. So, from this perspective, come on, Pete, do your thing. Steps forward, shomen. I do my rear foot tension. I should hopefully then have them at this angle. And from here, I step, irimi. And at this point, I want to start getting that head into my shoulder. And then tenkan, raising my hand up as I hit it back. And then stepping through the throat. So very quickly, as I'm here, right, or migi hami, as that shomen comes in, I still do that rear foot tension. It's going to start from the same base point. Now from here, I step, irimi, tenkan. I'll have that hand on my shoulder, which should be their head, should be between it. And then I just step through and throw. Again, keep their shoulders as best you can over those hips. So here we go. Starting off right or migi hami. Here. So they strike shomen, rear foot tension. You're on their inside. So you step with the left, which gets you the outside. Irimi, tenkan. Bring that hand, left hand into your right shoulder. Raise that hand up. Pivoting back. Stepping through the throat. Okay, left or hidari hami. Here. Shomen comes in, rear foot tension. So from here, we step, irimi, tenkan. Hand raises up, stepping through the throat. Okay, facing the camera. Shomen comes in, rear foot tension. So stepping to the outside. Irimi, tenkan. Left hand is on the right shoulder. Right hand raises up. Hips pivot. Stepping through the throat. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in. Rear foot tension. Step with the right foot. Irimi, tenkan. Bring that right hand into that left shoulder. Raise that left hand up. Stepping through the throat. Right iriminage-front. So they go like this way so I don't get off screen. Here, shomen comes in, rear foot, tenchin. So there, step with that left foot, irimi. Tenkan, left hand onto the right shoulder. Raise that right hand up, stepping through the throat. Left foot hidari. Here, shomen comes in, rear foot tenchin, getting on your inside. Step, irimi, tenkan. Raise that left hand up, stepping through the throat. Okay, last two. Right iriminage-front. Shomen comes in, rear foot tenchin. From here, step to the outside, irimi, tenkan. Raise that right hand up, stepping through the throat. Okay, last one. Left or hidari. Here, shomen comes in, rear foot tenchin. Step that right foot, irimi, tenkan. Left hand comes up, stepping through the throat. Okay, so just like last night, the idea for the ukemi is you gotta pivot around. So they're here and here. They move that front foot tension. They go behind me. As they go behind me, again, I just can't step straight back. Ideally, my partner's back behind me. So that's not available to me. As they tilt my head into their shoulder, it's tilting to my right side. So I'm going to have to turn that corner. Then my head comes up here, shoulders are off the hips. They step through and down and up. If I face back to the camera, here, I step shomen, they do that front foot tenchin here. As my partner comes back behind me, again, I just can't step straight back because there's a body right there. They're going to be bringing my head to my left side. As they bring it to my left side, I turn that corner and then coming up here. Shoulders are off the hips. As they step through, my left foot comes back, down, and up. Okay, so partners here, right iriminage-front, left hidari, striking shomen with my right hand. I step strike shomen, they do that rear foot tenchin here. My partner steps behind me, they do that irimi. As they do the tenkan, my head is getting turned or tilted to my right. I come over to my right, they raise up. As they raise up, they should have my balance, shoulders off my hips. They step through, right foot steps back, down, and up. Partners here, left or hidari, right iriminage, striking with my left hand. So I start shomen, they do rear foot tenchin. I'm at this angle. They step behind me, irimi, tenkan. They're going to be bringing my head into their shoulder. So it's coming to the left. So I bring my left foot around. Here, it comes up. From here, they have my head up, shoulders up, hips. They step through. My left foot comes back, goes down and up. Partners here, right iriminage-front. Left hidari, striking with my right hand. I step strike shomen, they do rear foot tenchin, brings it over here. They step, irimi, tenkan, head comes over to the right side, coming around, head comes up. From here, they're going to step through. As they step through, my right foot will come back, down, and up. Partners here, left hidari. Right iriminage, striking with my left hand. I step strike shomen, they do that rear foot tenchin, move me to this angle. They step behind me, irimi, tenkan, they bring my head to my left side, turns a corner here, coming up, they step through. As they step through, coming back, down, and up. Okay, last two. Partners here, right iriminage hami, left or hidari. I start shomen, we do rear foot tenchin, coming up at an angle. They step behind me, irimi, tenkan, brings my head over to my right side, coming around the corner, comes up. As they step through, right foot steps back, down, and up. Okay. Partners here, left or hidari hami. Here, right iriminage, striking with my left hand. So I strike shomen, rear foot tenchin, bam, here. They step back behind me, irimi, tenkan. Head comes over, turns that corner, raises up. From here, they step through, my left foot can come back, down, and up. Okay. So we're good on the timing. So we're going to actually change gears. We're not going to do the third one that we did last night, which was irimi tenkan kaiten. We're actually now going to go into one of my favorites, which is a iriminage-enter, or to the front of the body. Now there's a couple of ways to do it. I'll show you my preferred way. And then after we do that, then I'll show you one of the variants. So, it still starts off here, rear foot tenchin. Gets me to this point. Now from here, I'm actually going to slide in front of my partner, but as I slide in front of my partner, I don't slide towards them where they can easily just smack me around. Okay? Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide away, bringing their hand in front of their body. As I have their hand in front of their body, I'm going to get shoulder to shoulder. Then I raise my lead hand. And then from here, I just tenkan around that point. Some people will refer to this as a scarf iriminage, because you're using their own arm like a scarf around their neck. I'll just get to the rear foot tenchin already. I'm here. As I'm here, I then look to my front side. As I do, I slide. As I slide, I'm going to bring my partner tighten in to my own shoulders. I do that. I then raise, and then this foot that's in front, I'm just going to go ahead and then tenkan around the foot that's in front. Okay? So, as we're here, that shomen comes in, I do that rear foot tenchin. As I'm here, my right foot's in front. All I'm going to do is slide at an angle forward. Here then I have my partner's head come into my right shoulder. I raise my right hand up. The way you know you got in the right position is you should be able to easily raise your right hand. If you have your partner's weight on your arm, then it's really heavy because you're trying to lift their whole body up almost with their bicep. If it's right here on the shoulder, you just raise up. And then from here, right foot's in front, I then just tenkan around that spot. This is idealized. I understand that. Depending on your partner and your ukemi and so forth, some of this will vary quite a bit. So as I face the camera, that shomen comes in, do that rear foot tenchin. Now from here, I'm going to have a good grip with my lead hand. Here's my left hand, left foot's in front. And then I slide in front of my partner. As I'm sliding in front, I bring their head to my shoulder so that my right hand is on my left shoulder. I would then raise my left hand up. Again, if I can raise it easily, I'm in a good spot. And then from here, left foot's in front. I then just tenkan around that spot. Okay? Now, granted, this is one I really like. So you're going to get my preferred variant first. And if you have time, I'll show you a slightly different variant of it. So, we start here, right iriminage-hami, shomen comes in, rear foot, tenchin, boom. Right hand, right foot in front. Right hand on top. Now from here, I'm going to slide in front of my partner. As I slide in front of my partner, I bring their head into my right shoulder. So left hand is on my right shoulder. Now from here, I raise that right hand up. And if you want to, you break it down, you pivot, and then draw that left foot back for that tenkan. Okay? Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in, rear foot, tenchin. Here I have my left hand, left foot in front. Now from here, slide in front of your partner. Hopefully you're turning them. Bring your right hand to your left shoulder. Raise that left hand up. And then from here, tenkan around that left foot. Okay? Now facing back into the camera, here we are, right iriminage-front. Shomen comes in, rear foot, tenchin. Now from here, sliding to the front of your partner with your right hand, right foot in front. Bring that left hand to the right shoulder. Raise that right arm. And then from here, tenkan. Okay. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in. Rear foot, tenchin. From here, now take that left hand, left foot. Slide in front of your partner. Bring that right hand to your shoulder so you have your head on that left shoulder. Raise that left hand. And then from here, tenkan around that point. Okay, on the 90s. Here, right iriminage-front. Shomen comes in, rear foot tenchin. From here, slide that hand and foot in front. Left hand onto the shoulder. Raise that right hand. Tenkan. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in. Rear foot, tenchin. Take that left hand, left foot in front. Slide it in front of your partner, bringing their head into that left shoulder. Raise that left hand up. And then from here, tenkan around that spot. Last two. Right iriminage-front. Shomen comes in. Rear foot tenchin. From here, slide or shibiashi in front of your partner. Bring that left hand into your right shoulder. So you're bringing their head into that right shoulder. Raise that right hand up, and then tenkan. Okay, last one. Left iriminage-front. Shomen comes in, rear foot, tenchin. From here, slide forward. Bring that right hand into the left shoulder. Raise that left hand up, and then tenkan around that spot. Okay, so for the ukemi, we're here. As I strike shomen, and they do that rear foot tenchin. Now from here, they don't want to come into the word I can hit it with this hand. So what they're going to do is they're going to move my whole body around this way. As they got it here, my hand will almost come up from there. And then as they tenkan, it would come back through here. I can just step back, down, and up. Facing back into the camera, it would be here for the shomen. Now, they do that front foot, that rear foot tenchin, breaking at this point. Now, they don't want to slide where I can easily hit them. Okay, so as they slide, they're going to be moving it out. As they move it out, they're going to move my head into the shoulder. So that arm essentially comes, my own arm comes around like a scarf. And then as they do that tenkan, but right now, the basic ukemi, left foot goes back, down, and up. So, here we are, right iriminage-front. I'm left or hidari, striking with my right hand. So I strike shomen, they do that rear foot tenchin, take me to this point. From here, they slide across. As they slide across, bringing me this way. Now, my head is on your shoulder. They bring the hand up. As they bring it up, and they do that tenkan, I can go ahead and step back with my right foot, down and up. Partners here, left or hidari hami, right or migi. Striking with my left hand. So I strike shomen, they do that rear foot tenchin. Gets me here. They slide in front. As they slide, they stay away from my other hand and move across. As they get here, my head is on the shoulder, they raise up, and then they tenkan, so I'll bring my left foot back, down, and up. Okay. Partners here, right or migi. Oh, sorry, I gotta get it. Partners here, right or migi, left or hidari. Strike with that right hand, so I strike shomen, rear foot tenchin, takes me here. Now, as they slide across, they're going to move me across here. They're going to bring my head into their shoulder as they raise up, and as they tenkan, basic ukemi, I step my right foot back, down and up. Okay, arms here, left or hidari hami, right or migi. Strike shomen, left hand, rear foot tenchin. From here, then, they slide across. As they slide across, my head will come into their shoulder. They raise up, and they say tenkan. I can set my left foot back, down, and up. All right, last two. Partners here, right or migi hami, left or hidari. I step strike shomen. They do that rear foot tenchin at 45. Now they slide across. As they slide, hands going to come into the shoulder. They raise up. As they tenkan around that spot for right now, step that right foot back, down, and up. Okay. Last one. Partners here, left or hidari hami. Here, right or migi. Strike with my left hand. Strike shomen. Coming over 45 degrees. From here, then they slide across. They slide across here, bringing my head into their shoulder. They raise up. As they tenkan for basic ukemi, I take my left foot, step it back, down, and up. Okay, so we just have a few brief seconds. Or about a minute. So one of the variants from that same position is as I come through here and I slide through this part right here. I've already got it in one position, and I can do a tenkan. You can also just kaiten and then step through. So that's one variant. And with the timing of the bells, that's our time for this evening. And I by no means know all the iriminages. There's tons of them out there. So, you know, it's one of those nice techniques that you can play around with and find one or two or a dozen that suit your personality. Thank you all very much for joining this evening. Next Zoom session will be Friday evening, again, 6:30 to 7:30. We're going to go ahead and explore maybe two more iriminage variants. Then we'll start moving on to kote gaeshi for a little bit. Okay, with that being said, everyone have a good night, stay safe. Hope to see you soon. Bye.